Scituate. Everybody drag out the hay.
Scituate. Everybody drag out the hay.
You guys are amazing. It's hot as all get out here. You look amazing. This was an amazing walk. We're going to get started in just a minute. Everybody's still rolling in. We have a few announcements. First of all, I have someone's car fob. Did anyone lose a car fob on the walk? Check your pockets, your purses, your backpacks. We have someone's car fob. All right, if you've lost a car fob, we're going to put it right here. Car fob, anyone lose a car fob? All right. Looks like a Dodge Ram car fob. Anyway, here it is.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something really briefly. At the beginning of this walk, I said it was really important that we protected the marginalized folks that are with us, that we want to show them that we love them, that we care about them. And my friend Theo, who I met on the walk, said, "Hey Jackie, you said something and I wish you had said something different." And what my friend Theo said was, could you say differently abled, or people with different abilities? I think different abilities is what you said, right? Yes, and I just want to make sure people know that. Thank you for letting me know so that I can be smarter and do better. And I hope this is a message to all of you that sometimes people aren't always perfect and you do better next time. That was all I wanted to say.
Thank you. I want to take a moment to acknowledge some folks before we hear from our marshal and speaker, Arlene Isaac, who's amazing and a wonderful friend. So just one by one, board members, if you can just raise your hands, that'd be great. Richard and Angelo Taylor, and their dog Bear. I mean, Bear needs to be recognized. Of course, our lovely Jackie Thornton. Jackie put together a wonderful talk with Robin Oakes. We've recorded most of that, so hopefully you can see it. If you didn't hear on your Zoom link, we'll refund your donation, but thank you all for supporting us. My wife and Vice President, Sheena Sanders-Smead. We have Karen Canfield here from our Board of Selectmen. Select Board. Thank you, Karen. We have Joan Machino, our state rep. And I have to take a moment. They carried our flag today beautifully. They were screaming at cars. They were getting us our beeps from the cars. It was great. We have Michael Mastrangelo and his lovely partner, Evan. Don't you love them? Oh my God. We have Dina Dre and her two beautiful children, Casey. And we have Stephanie Burke. I want to take a moment to say something about Stephanie and Emily Matthews. As allies, you cannot get better than that. I mean, they are absolutely tireless. And I think it's because they run around all the time. Emily just finished a marathon. I mean, okay, so plan Pride and do a marathon, whatever. But they are beyond what our community needs. They are a part of our community. Their love is endless. Thanks. I'm getting a little choked up. Thanks, Jackie. Their love is absolutely endless and boundless. Their work ethic is amazing. And we are so absolutely grateful for them, for all they've done for our community. So thank you, Stephanie, and thank you, Emily. Who am I missing? Oh, Alexa, just raise your hand. Alexa's our photographer. She's documenting our entire path. And so her photos will go into an archive for Pride and celebrations and all of that. So thank you, Alexa. All right, I'm going to say a few words. Oh, yes.
Can we give it up for our president, Nikki, please?
Thank you also to... That's what my daughter did at the open mic. So also, I wanted to thank Ruth Thompson and Seth Pfeiffer for keeping us going and all the many wonderful things they do for publicizing us. All right. Yes. Scituate Pride was started last June. My wife was fertilizing our lawn one day and a pickup truck drove by and someone yelled out a homophobic word. Jen McGonigal-Diedrich sent me a message asking me if we should do a Pride walk. We did, and it all came together at the last minute, and it was simple and beautiful response to something very ugly. At that walk, I met Lauren Allen Smith, mother of a queer child and a warrior in the community for equality and justice. In the very beginning, she was the driving force in setting up Scituate Pride, organizing us and keeping our momentum going. We will never be able to repay her for that. From there, our amazing board was created: Stephanie Burke, Richard Taylor, Jackie Thornton, Sheena Sanders-Smead, myself, and then Emily Matthews, Dina Dre, and Michael Mastrangelo later. We set about establishing and fulfilling our mission to inspire, support, and make visible a thriving LGBTQIA+ community in Scituate. We aim to elevate inclusivity, equity, and awareness, and celebrate the lives of our LGBTQIA+ community members. We believe in standing up for our community, our friends, our family, and our queer tribes at all costs. And most importantly, we believe love is love. Love is love. And love is love.
Yes.
I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, and then I want to say a few words. What an awesome marshal. Full service. Full service. Thank you to our sponsors, Lenny's Hideaway. They have a big event tonight. Lenny's has a big Pride event tonight, and a few of us will be making cocktails. St. Luke's Church, amazing, amazing. Thank you, Reverend Stewart. She's an amazing warrior in social justice. Native, the First Trinitarian Church, also a wonderful, welcoming place. Tackleback Fishing School. Yeah, my wife and all of her fishing techniques. Barker Tavern, Expression, Cersei's Grotto, Richardson Gaffey's Funeral Home, South Shore Pier Recovery. Anne-Marie Galvin, if you're here, I need to meet you. Salt Society, Rivershed, The Galley, Scituate Harbor Travel, and Starlight Bakery. And I just want to point out, we have with us today from the Department of Children and Families, Janae Johnson. She has information on foster care and supporting gay youth that have aged out of the system. So please see her before you go. I just want to say a few things before I introduce Arlene. And if you're out there and you're listening, or you know someone who needs to hear this, all of the names on this list are safe spaces. Everyone I've introduced you to here today are safe spaces. If you or someone you know is having difficulty with who they are, or what they may be or not be, or when, please reach out to any one of us. Any one of us. There are churches and reverends and pastors and rabbis and Wicca people and everything in between that will support you and love you and help you through whatever it is you're going through. You are not alone, and you have a full tribe and team behind you who will fight for you and your rights viciously, okay? So please, if you know anyone, if you are that person, please, today, feel free to reach out to any one of us. You don't have to disclose anything you don't want to, but let us know you need support and we're here. Okay, with that, I'd like to introduce our marshal today. She is a volunteer co-chair for the Massachusetts Gay and Lesbian Political Caucus. She was the lead lobby on LGBTQIA+ issues for the last 30 years. I'd say she was the lead lobbyist for mass equality, so thank you for gay marriage in Massachusetts. for trans equality, for banning conversion therapy, for anti-bullying bills, and so much more. She is on the State House in Washington and everything, fighting for our community and our rights, and she's been doing it for 30 plus years. So, ladies, gentle people, and everyone else.
And those who have yet to decide.
And those who don't know yet.
Folks and friends.
And folks and friends. That's right. Arlene Isaac, thank you.
Hi, everybody. And by the way, when Nikki said that I've been doing this for 30 years, I want you all to know that I started when I was 2 years old. Very important fact. Firstly, happy Pride Scituate! How wonderful that you guys have pulled this off. It's amazing. I mean, the fact that a town, when most towns wouldn't even think to do this, you thought to do it, and look at the size of the crowd that you pulled out. I thought there were going to be like 10 people. So this is impressive, and you should all give yourself a round of applause. And you should realize we should make a special thank you to the allies that are here today, to the friends and the family and the parents who cared enough to show that they support our community, that they'd stand in the hot sun and give up a Saturday to be here. Your being here, your helping, your being supportive is very meaningful. So a shout out to all of you and a thank you. Now, as Nikki said a moment ago, my organization's worked on all the LGBTQ pieces of legislation that have passed in the last 30 some odd years. Marriage equality, trans equality, anti-bullying bills, banning conversion therapy, and a slew more. But I want you to know, no organization can do that. It cannot happen, and it would not have happened without the active support of LGBTQIA people who stood up, who spoke out, who fought for their own equality. And so for all of you who helped in those fights, I thank you. We all should thank you. And those victories wouldn't have happened had it not been for the allies I mentioned a minute ago, for our friends and our family and our neighbors who stood with us in those battles, who helped us to win those equality and those equal rights. And third, and just as importantly, it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the elected officials who stood by us, took votes that some of them considered to be tough, and some of them considered to be career-ending. And they did the right thing. They voted with us on all those important bills, like Representative Joan Mosquito. Let's thank them all. There's a lot of work still to be done, especially for our more marginalized members of our community, Black trans women, just to name one. But you know what? There's a lot to celebrate, and today we need to celebrate. This is, as you all know, the first month ever that Juneteenth was recognized as a holiday. It's about time, huh? And I think it's appropriate, given that, to reference the phrase made so well known by MLK, and to paraphrase that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. It bends towards justice. But remember, everybody, it bends towards justice if we help to make it bend towards justice. If we fight and we work to make it bend towards justice. And so, you being here today, and you doing the work you do to help the LGBTQ community are helping to bend the arc. And thank you for that. I was listening recently to Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley from Boston, who is a brilliant and thoughtful lawmaker. And I wrote down a couple of the words she said because I want to do them justice, because I think they contain great wisdom. And she talked about how to be an ally is a verb, not a noun, it's a verb. It's a demonstrated action. It's not just about wearing the right t-shirt or doing a hashtag or retweeting something or clicking like. It's about being there and making sure that the bad things that have happened in the past are not bad things that will happen ever again in the future. She says that's true allyship. It's love in action, she calls it. Love is a verb, she says, and she's right. Support is a verb, she says, and she's right. Allyship is a verb, she says, and she is right. You know, hatred and bigotry and prejudice, they take a toll on young people. Hell, they take a toll on all of us. But we in the LGBT community, as we win our rights, as we win our equality, and we are winning, we are winning, we are winning. And as we achieve more and more, it's important that we remember that we have to help those who have not achieved theirs yet. That just as allies have helped us to get where we are today, and they are helping us to advance further towards fairness and freedom and decency and kindness and love, just as they have helped us, we have an obligation to extend our hand in friendship and allyship to others, the BIPOC community, the immigrant community, those who are disadvantaged by structures that oppress them. We can do it, we have to do it, because then we are all free. And I'll close on this note. For those here who may be young LGBTQs or feeling a little disheartened by all that's happened in the last several years, two things. Number one, it gets better. It's gotten better. It's going to continue to get better. We promise you that. And number two, to quote from Ayanna Pressley again, she said that no one is truly voiceless. They are only, what they are is unheard. And so it is our obligation to make sure that those who are unheard are lifted up, that we create a space for them to be heard, because that is love, and that is support, and that is what it means to be an ally. And so, thank you all for being verbs, for being allies, for being verbs. Thank you for being verbs, and thank you for having me here today. You're great folks. Happy Pride of Scituate.
Yeah, she's kind of awesome, right? Like, she's kind of amazing. Oh my God. Thank you, Arlene, and thank you to everyone who came today, and everyone who helped this whole month happen, and all the resources and donations and dogs and children, and snacks and water bottles. We really appreciate all that you've done. And we're going to be bigger and better and larger next year. Visit us on our website, ScituatePride.com. Hingham Unity Council, Cohasset Pride Project, Hingham Pride Project, Hanover. There's so many wonderful events this year, and we're trying to post as many of them as possible. I'm getting taken off the mic, but thank you.
Thank you. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. And as we move into the coming year, we want to take a second to discuss July. Scituate Pride has requested, has gotten a donation from SEF to be able to celebrate and amplify the voices of our Cape Verdean community. So for Cape Verdean Independence Day, July 5th, Scituate Pride, along with SEF, the library, the bandstand, the Scituate Economic Development Commission, and Harbor Business Association. Please join us for First Fridays. We'll have music, we'll have Cape Verdean music, and then on Thursday, July 8th at 6 o'clock in the library, there'll be a poetry reading from Carla Vega, and then Scituate will be donating books to have a Cape Verdean author display at the library for the month of July. So as Scituate Pride works towards not just amplifying the voices, our LGBTQIA+ community, but also the other members of our community who have yet to be heard. So thank you.
My flag. So, and I wanted to have a special thanks to our select board for being so supportive, for the police community. I mean, all of the fire protection in the community. I mean, it's been fantastic. And I hope you support the businesses that we talked about. I think one of my goals here was to also elevate Scituate as a welcoming, fantastic, beautiful place that it is for all people, and that you enjoy, like I said, all we have to offer here, the beaches, the restaurants, the hotels, and the businesses. It just goes on and on. So I love the fact that we're elevating Scituate's profile within the greater Boston community. So thank you very much.
And thank you all for coming. Happy Pride, everyone. Thank you.
chants. We didn't do any cheers, and I want to hear from you all. Is that okay with people? What do you think? Should we do some chants? I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys really want to do some chants? Okay. There's one that I really like, and it's Asada Shakur, and she has this awesome quote that I read at the open mic, and I want all of you to hear it. I'm gonna read, and then you're gonna repeat after me, okay? It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
One more time. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
That's all. You're all beautiful. Thank you.